have,
Yeah.
we call it fitra in Arabic, meaning that innate knowledge there is a higher being, which we call it Allah.
Yeah.
So, if any religion, anybody comes to tell you, look, let's worship the cow, you would say, what's going on with you? Are you gone mad? Right? You may respect his belief,
Yeah, definitely.
but you don't have to
I don't
agree.
have to agree, yeah.
Right. So, our concept is, let's establish the belief based on the sensory abilities that
Yeah.
bestowed on us, that we used every day to detect
yeah.
good and bad.
Yeah.
Now we realize there is only one God. In that case, if there is only one God, which religion in this world are following that God?
Yeah. That's a good question. That's a good question.
I'm going to let you think, and I'm going to get your view as well.
That's a good one. Say that again.
So, when we identify through our rational reasoning, there must be a God.
Yeah.
And when we say God, we know from the fact that the God is not dependent, means God doesn't need to eat food.
Yeah.
He doesn't need to have rest. He is not dependent on water. He doesn't need to sleep. Right? All of those things doesn't go with God. Means God is independent.
Yeah.
We are dependent.
Yeah.
If I don't sleep, my mind will not function.
That's true.
If I don't eat well, I'll be grumpy.
Yeah.
And I'll be behaving badly,
Yeah.
right? But with God, He does not need to depend on things because He is uncreated. Food, drink, sleep.
Yeah, he's
Though
the creator
the-
of all this stuff
exactly.
that we rely on as humans.
Sure.
Yeah.
Now that's the concept. We didn't go to any books yet. We just established with this rational faculty that God has given us
Yeah.
to know that who is a true God now.
Yeah.
Now we look at the major religion, Christianity. Does the concept of Christianity believe there is only one God?
No.
No. Because the Father, Son,
Yeah.
and the Holy Spirit,
Yeah.
right? So we can safely put it aside.
Yeah.
Let's come to Judaism.
What's that?
Judaism, the
Oh,
Jews.
Judaism, yeah.
Do they believe in one God?
I think so.
They do.
They do, yeah.
Where the problem is then?
I think the problem all goes back to, I think now the problem has gone back to race.
No, yes, that's one race, one problem. But Jews,
Religion has, I think the concept there, I think with religion, we all have different beliefs.
sure,
And there's some people that believe that the other religion is worse or is bad and the other religion is good. It might be based on what a few people have done who are in that religion, but it doesn't make,
I agree with you.
it doesn't say, it doesn't define that everybody in that religion is bad. if you see what I'm
Absolutely,
saying.
I agree with you. I agree
It's
with you.
funny, I had this conversation with an Uber driver the other day, and I said to him, we were just talking in general, and I said, look at the stereotype. You have what happened in Rotherham, the Asian guys with the child abuse. Now, the media made it look like every single Asian man is like that,
Yeah.
which is nonsense.
Sure.
We know that, you know that,
Yes.
I know that. And then this is how they close, to divide people. So now people are like, oh, Muslims are bad. Christians, they do this. Then people start dividing people. And then that leads to race now.
Sure.
But with Islam, I know it's all over. Africa, Asia, wherever. It's up to the individual, isn't it?
Sure, sure.
But it doesn't define, like what the media is doing, it doesn't define that Asian people are bad or Asian men are bad. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But they have made it look like that's the case.
Yeah.
And people need to be careful.
Yeah.
But the same people that are saying this are the same people that are doing all the bad things. So they focus on the badness that's happened in this corner and say, oh, all the Asian guys are bad, or all the black people do this,
Sure.
and all the Irish travelers are doing this. So we all been stereotyped. Yeah?
I totally
Which
agree
is
with
really
you.
bad.
I totally agree with
You
you.
understand? So I always teach my children, you need to respect people.
Sure.
You don't have to agree, but you've got to respect them.
Yeah.
You understand? So it's not everything that someone is going to bring to you you like. You might not like it, but you don't have to be rude about it. You can
Sure.
say, look, thank you, but I'm good, and walk away.
Yeah.
That's the way I see life.
But at the same time, I totally agree what you have said. Totally agree. I'm going to add one thing.
You need to hurry because I got.
Yeah, yeah.
I live in Cambridge, so
Sure,
I
sure,
need to go.
sure. I'm going to add
Uh-huh.
one thing here. I'm going to say that if someone proposes an idea,
Yeah.
and if the idea has enough supporting evidence and it provides you enough clarity to accept it, then rejecting that idea would be also not fair.
Yeah.
Right?
But that's good to know. That's what I say. It's good to know
Sure.
things before you agree or disagree.
Exactly. Yeah.
Because you might tell me something and I don't agree because I don't believe it. Because I don't believe it doesn't mean it's true.
Yeah, exactly. Very,
Because
very,
a lot of people do that.
very well
Something
said,
they
yes.
don't agree with, because you don't agree with it,
Sure.
oh, it's not true, it doesn't exist. Just because you don't believe and you don't understand or you haven't researched to understand that
Sure.
it's actually factual.
Sure, sure.
You understand? That's why I always
Yeah.
say to them, don't judge people, because sometimes you might see a homeless man walking there. You don't know who that guy is. Maybe it's our
Yeah, we should not
side.
judge. We should not
You
judge.
don't know how they got to that situation.
Sure,
They could
sure,
have been living
sure.
in a millionaire.
Sure,
Because I've
sure.
met a lot of people, millionaires, and they're living in hostels or they're homeless because of what's happened.
Sure.
That's made them calm down.
Yeah,
Right, I'll give you an example. I work in where I work is 16 to 25-year-old young people. Most of them is refugees coming from different parts of the world.
Sure.
Most of them that I'm supporting at the moment are like Syrian, Afghan, etc. And they've come to England. I know, I've asked them, when we do assessment, are you religious? Yes. What's your religion? Islam. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then a few months ago, I'm like, hold on, I've never seen you going to pray. What's going on? And then one tenor said, oh, forget my religion. That's when I was back home in Syria. I don't believe in all that rubbish. And then I said, you know what? You were born into the Muslim family, yeah? So your family prayed for you when you were leaving, because I believe like Asians and Africans, we kind of share, when it comes to culture, we kind of share that
Yeah.
thing there, where we instill in our children. So I know I don't know, if you're traveling abroad, they usually pray for you, my son or my daughter, guide them safely. So you've come to the UK now as a Muslim boy, because you're in the UK, you've decided, oh, I'm not Muslim. And I said to the young man, don't turn your back on your God, because he will not be happy. You were born in a religious family. They prayed for you. So you're in Europe now. You're like, I'm not interested. But it's in your blood. You need to go to the mosque.
Yeah.
You need to pray.
You know,
And
sister.
they're like, oh, I'm a God. I said, no, listen. Your God won't be happy, because you need to think about your mom, your dad. Let's go back. You come from that. How can you suddenly say, I'm not interested? You're turning your back now. For me, I always believe that the gods will be upset with you and something bad will happen to you because you've turned your back on them. They've been there for you, with you, religiously. Suddenly you're in England, I'm not interested, I'm not a Muslim, but you are a Muslim because you're born, mum and dad are Muslim, and your name, I can't even say the name, but his name means something to do with power and health. I said, you need to live up to your name.
Sure.
Because a lot of us have our name, like your name. I don't know your name, but I know your name means something.
Yes.
And I'm sure you're probably living up to that name.
Sure.
You understand? That's why they give us names that we're supposed to, that gives us like that stability, that, oh, that's my name. Maybe it means success. I need to work hard. Or it means love. I need to show love and respect to people.
Yes.
You understand? Living to what your family kind of expected you to do, or what you're born into. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, so one thing here, those individuals, those who follow a certain way in their life, they make choices, but it must not necessarily that they actually convince with the religion.
Sorry, brother. I'm
Yeah.
on train.
Yeah. Are you in rush?
Yes, I live in Cambridge.
Can I give you a copy of the Quran?
Yes, please.
Yeah.
I live.
Hamza,
You know, my train
Hamza,
every hour, so
Hamza,
I miss this one.
can I have a copy of the Quran? So while he brings the Quran, I'm gonna say, those individuals, when they accept Islam or reject Islam, accepting something is not based on the family or the friends. It should be based on your understanding of the religion, right? Right? So we find in the stories of the Prophet, Abraham's father was a disbeliever.
Yes.
Imagine, Abraham was a prophet of God. How come his father was a
father was a
disbeliever?
disbeliever,
So it's a matter of conviction.
Yeah.
So I would say, that's the final point I'm going to make. The Judaism, the understanding of Judaism is God is someone who needs rest, who got tired when he makes something. So after the creation of the heavens and the earth, God rested and refreshed.
Yeah.
So we don't believe those narratives given to the God. Now we come to the Islamic concept of God, where you will find that your fitra, the innate understanding of God,
Yeah.
actually fit with that God that
Yes.
Islamic, the Muslim people believe.
Yes.
Then it was an incumbent on the researcher to find rest of the information about Islam. Like
Yeah.
we believe in 6 belief
Yeah.
and 5 pillars. So we believe in angels. We don't believe them they are God, but they are the servant of God.
Yes.
We believe in the books of God, where God revealed the books, but apart from the Quran, none of them are in true form, meaning these are altered, distorted, changed. We believe in the day of judgment, where God will resurrect everybody, will judge everyone based on the belief and the
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
And we believe heaven and hell based on the belief and action again.
Yeah.
And we also believe the predestiny,
But
that
it's that thing like karma, isn't it? Let's say I steal something from you, but you don't know. My belief, I don't know if it's the way I was raised, but I always believe that if you do something bad against someone, something bad will come back to you.
Yeah.
So let's say I steal your wallet, you don't know. I've
Yeah.
gone out and I've taken money and I've put it back and you haven't realized. It won't sit well with me, because in time, my God will punish me for that.
this is very interesting. We
You
believe.
may not see that,
Yeah.
but I always believe that just because you're not watching, it doesn't mean he's not watching.
One of the names of Allah is called As-Sami' Al-Basir, the one who hear, one who see.
Yeah.
So Allah sees everything. So, and Allah appointed angel. So the angels, Allah appointed angels. So each human being, Allah has given angels with them.
Yeah.
Those angels are recording your books. Now, at the discussion we are having, the angel that God placed on you, they are recording your deeds, your action, what you are saying, everything what you are doing.
Yeah.
And the angel that God sent to
Yeah.
appointed to me or given to me to record my stuff, they are also recording our stuff.
Yes.
And Allah will bring back those, Allah will bring back those evidences
Yeah.
on the day of judgment.
Yeah.
And Allah will present in front of you, and Allah will say, read in your own book, look what you have done.
You've done, yeah.
There are some people, they will say, we don't believe those things.
Well, that's them, isn't it?
But Allah, do you know what will happen at that time? Allah will say, Allah will, at that day, your hands will speak against you. أَوَلَمْ نَخْتِمُ عَلَىٰ أَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَتُكَلِّمُنَا أَيْدِيهِمْ. Your hand, your sealed, the mouth will be sealed,
Yeah,
and
yeah,
your
the
hand
hands
will
will
speak
do this for
against
you.
you.
Yeah.
That means this hand belongs to me, but I'm not the owner of it.
Yeah.
I have given control in this worldly life, but the same hand will give a testimony to God that I didn't follow the God's command.
Yeah.
Now, sister, I have given you a copy of the
Yes,
Quran.
thank you.
I've
Thank
explained
you,
to the partially
Yeah.
the Islamic concept of God.
Yeah.
Now, just look at the life of Prophet Muhammad. And was he a messenger of God? Now, the evidence is, we have so many evidences.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you one evidences that,
I'll go. I don't
sure,
want to stop.
all right.
But if I miss my train,
Look
it's
after
1
yourself.
hour.
Look after yourself. Thank
No
you.
problem.
Have a look into it
I will
about
do.
Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and you will see. You'll be amazed.
Thank you very much.
Look after yourself. Subhanallah, she is very sincere and she has a lot of good understanding of Islam. For example, like she was saying that, when we do something, she believes there is someone is watching, right? So Allah is the one who sees everything, who hears everything. And Allah also appointed angels to record our deeds. And Allah will present those deeds in the day of judgment, right? And on that day, no one will deny those evidence. Those who will deny the evidence, Allah will make their organs testify against them. And Allah mentioned in the Quran, أَوَلَمْ نَخْتِمُ عَلَىٰ أَفْوَاهِهِمْ وَتُكَلِّمُنَا أَيْدِيهِمْ وَتَشْهَدُ أَرْجُلُهُمْ بِمَا كَانُوا يَكْسِبُونَ. That on that day, your mouth will be sealed, and your hand will be testified, and your leg will say what you used to do. So my dear friends, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen in Islam, those who are listening to me, before our last breath, we must ensure that we have the correct belief. And when we have the correct belief, we should follow with the support with a good action. Allah always says in the Quran that believe and do good deeds, and that is the salvation. Jazakumullah khair. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah.